everyone, I am Sarna. Today's topic is reflection. Right now, you're not seeing me. You're seeing the reflection of me. The phone camera reflects the ray and forms an image. So let's go and explore what is reflection in our today's video. Reflection is the bouncing back of light after hitting and surface. Before we dive into the definition of reflection, we need to learn some basic terms. First, the incident ray. The ray which comes out from incidents or from an object is known as the incident ray. For example, the ray which is coming out from me right now is known as the incident ray. Second, the point of incidence. The point where the incident ray hits the mirror, that is known as the point of incidence. Third, the reflected ray. When the incident ray hits the point of incidence, that same ray reflects back, and that ray which is reflecting back is known as the reflected ray. Fourth, when we draw a straight line from the point of incidence and forms a 90-degree angle, that is known as the normal. Now let's again look at the definition of reflection. Reflection is the bouncing back of light after hitting and surface. Basically, the definition is trying to tell when a light hits and surface and comes back and reach our eyes, that whole process is known as reflection. As just right now we saw, when the incident ray hits the point of incidence, that same incident ray bounces back, which is now known as the reflected ray. And this whole process is known as reflection. Now let's go and look at some laws of reflection. Just like there are many laws in the constitution of our country, similarly light also have to follow some laws, no matter from which surface it is bouncing back. First, incident ray, reflected ray, point of incidence, normal, all light on the same plane. You all must be thinking the plane here is the mirror. But no, the plane here we are talking about is the flat surface on which these all lie. Second, I equals to R. That's an easy law to remember. It basically means the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Let's say the angle of incidence is 30. Then what will be the angle of reflection? Yes, 30. And if I increase the angle of incidence, let's say now the angle of incidence is 60, then what will be the angle of reflection? Yes, it will be 60. So from this we conclude that if we change the angle of incidence, the angle of reflection also changes. And here's a fact for you. Do you know that humans also emit some amount of light, but it's so small in quantity that it's not visible. That's why if we need to reflect light, we need a light source. Something like just like sun, or simply it can be the bulb in your room. Now let's go and look at different types of reflection. First, regular reflection. Second, irregular, scattered or diffuse reflection. First, let's look at regular reflection. Regular reflection mostly occurs on a shiny and polished surface. Can you tell me that is mirror a shiny and smooth surface? Yes, mirror is a shiny and smooth surface. So from mirror, regular reflection happens. We can explain this reflection as First, we need to name the incident ray. Let's say the first incident ray has the angle of 30. Second incident ray has again the angle of 30. So it's constant. They all have the same angle. Regular also means constant, which is going on. And the angle of reflection is always equal to the angle of incidence. So we can say that after reflection, incident remains parallel. So here we can see that all the incident rays have the same angle. Second, irregular, scattered or diffuse reflection. When I say that it's scattered, basically it's kind of going everywhere. It's not constant or regular. Let's say that the first incident ray is having the angle of 30. The second incident ray is having the angle of 60. The third incident ray is having the angle of 20. It's not constant. It keeps changing. So that's why we're calling it irregular or scattered reflection. Mostly irregular reflection occurs on a rough surface, just like wall, curtains, paper. If we see the surface of paper, you might find it smooth, but actually it is rough. I hope now the concepts are crystal clear, and don't forget to hit subscribe and the like button. Thank you.